What is sound? What is noise? Are they different? Are they the same? What the heck is even music? The lines get real blurry, don't they? They do in my head, at least. I think every audible thing is a sound. Some of it's just noise. Some of it's pleasant sound. Some of it can be music. What some people hear as a noisy, loud machine, I can hear the rhythm of the mechanics and pneumatics, hydraulics, whatever it is. I hear that rhythm and it becomes music to me. So it's really just in the ear of the beholder, isn't it? Well, I could go ramble on and on because I just really don't know the answer. I think it just depends on what you need at the time or what the sound is doing for you at the time. And you make of it what you will. But let's hear some responses from some other friends of mine I reached out to. First we got Javier, then we got David, and wrapping it up is Ragz. So let's hear their take on it.
Noise and sound are not only the same, but the beginning.
I started thinking about these words, and the first thing that I thought was that I started thinking about these words, and the first thing that I thought was that sound encompasses noise and music, that noise and music are classifications of sound, and that sound is an experience experienced by something, an event, a sensory input. That when noise and music are added, it becomes about perception, about human perception in this case, and that noise and music become judgments or classifications of that perception. Sensory noise. Probably don't want to hear that. Sensory input. Human is himself. Sensory input.
Human teacher might also consider
If you're
it's just something creepy out.
The dictionary defines noise as an unwanted sound. So you're in your car and you think, what's that noise? You probably don't want to hear that. So it is a noise. You're a kid being lectured by a teacher. You might consider that to be verbal noise. The teacher might also consider it verbal noise. If you're in the woods at night, you hear something creeping up. You might say, "Did you hear that noise?" You don't want to hear that. You want to hear crickets or whatever, which might be considered music.
Human perception.
Which cricket
might be
song.
considered music. Cricket song.
Human
Perception. Cricket song.
cricket song.
Human perception. Cricket song. Human perception.
Cricket
song.
human
Perception. Cricket song. Human perception. Music is
defined
using words like emotion and beauty. Music is defined using words like emotion and beauty. Broader definitions use the words patterns and organized sound. Patterns and organized sound.
I guess, anyway, it's a personal decision. Whether it's lucid or conscious or not, a decision is made. We choose from the world of sounds around us that might be mildly pleasant, like a babbling brook,
or sounds that are mildly annoying, like your refrigerator. They pass through our perception and a classification is made.
You're still raising your eyebrows too much.
Okay. I find that the closer I get to a sound, listening for all the smaller sounds and repetitions within that sound, the more that it resembles music. The closer that I get, the more that it resembles music.
Within that sound, smaller sound,
Within that sound,
smaller sound.
I suggest that transforming noise into music is a transubstantiation that can be achieved by anyone.
pleasant by anyone, pleasant by anyone, by anyone. System, or you were for anyone. My favorite ventilation system, or you were anywhere. My favorite ventilation system.
One of my favorite ventilation systems is on the corner of Lakewood and 3rd, across the street from the house, painted with red polka dots.
What is noise? What is sound? What is music, for that matter? Well, to co-opt another creative endeavor's philosophical statement, it's all in the ears of the beholder, isn't it? After all, we all perceive the universe, the world, the life, whatnot, through our own individual perception apparatuses, be that our ears, our eyes, the sensitivity of our skin, smells. As a noise artist, I truly see them all as synonymous. Perhaps as layers of things, in that sound would be the foundation. You know, sound is the initial vibration happening, whether you mean to or not, right? You go out into this forest and you hear everything that's going on, well, that's sound. If it's sounds that you like, it's perhaps pleasant. For most people, they might be able to see that as music of a sort. Typically, people see noise as background, right? Background noise is a term. Or things that they don't like. You know, you're a parent and you're trying to focus on something, and your kids are being just children having a good old time, and, you know, stop that noise, cut out that racket, that kind of thing. But at the end of it, it's all still just sound. Noise is a version of music that tends to focus on discordant to the listener, right? You can't necessarily make sense of it. It's just, you know, the TV in the middle of the night on a static channel and flipping through AM radio stations back and forth with some clanging. But that can be very beautiful. Same as some people enjoy the sound of your phone's ringer because you're getting a text and you're recording this on your phone. Nice sidetrack. The sound of a symphony warming up is just noise to some people. It's just sound. They're not appreciating it. It's just something that the musicians are doing as they warm up and getting ready for the performance itself. While the piece, you know, whatever the song is that they're performing, that is considered the music by some. Others may have a totally different perception, and they feel that the musicians warming up is the piece, and all of the official music that was written on paper and practiced is just sound or noise. They don't necessarily care. I enjoy the idea that, for myself personally, I see all of it as music. The warming up is a free-form experiment akin to noise music, right? They're just making sounds for the pure process of making the sounds because they want to achieve a specific sound out of their violin strings, or making sure that a drum head is taut correctly, you know, or just like their fingers are warmed up for playing a horn, say. So it's almost as if you've got, two different performances, if you can look at it that way. If you can't, no worries, doesn't matter. Sound is just that. Sound is the raw ingredients of noise and music. Sitting out here purposefully in my backyard, hearing all of the sounds that, because you're listening to my voice, they're essentially background noise, but I did it purposefully. So, in a sense, this is music. In a concept, it's noise. And very factually, it's sound. And playing with that philosophically, I think, is something all of us as Homo sapiens humans should do. The fallacy that only certain people can be a musician is a lot of where noise music comes from. Like, fuck you, I can make music, I'm just not going to try and make it your official way. But I mean, that is the beauty of it. It's kind of our right as beings on this planet to enjoy making sound and noise and music in whatever way possible. You know, whether it's tapping on your table or picking up and learning how to play a guitar, piano, bugle, sitar, whatever. I think it's, again, perception and intent and the beauty of being. After all, it's all vibration, and that's why we resonate so deeply with music. Because if the universe is vibration, then sound and noise and music are one of the purest, simplest ways that we can experience the universe for what it is.